Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Catchup. And today, our guest is my first form room teacher, Mrs. Hibbert. In fact, I've been calling her Mrs. Hibbert for so many years that I had to do research to figure out what is her first name. So, welcome, Mrs. Hilda Hibbert. Thank you so much for saying yes.
And thank you so much for considering me.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first question I had for you is, what year? You weren't a past student.
No,
You were not a past student. How long did you teach here?
I taught here for approximately 28 years.
28 years.
My best years.
Your best years. Do you remember me in first one?
Of course I did.
I was at the chatterbox. All right. So, what's your location? So you're located here. Tell us about your family.
Okay, I am a widow. And I have two children. They're adults now. One is a medical doctor, one is an engineer. I live in Big Bridge.
Yes.
And at this point, I'm retired and enjoying it at 67 years
Can
old.
I tell you, she looks absolutely fabulous. Oh my goodness. Teachers really don't age. My
You
goodness.
keep us alive and strong and healthy.
So what do you do for fun?
I like to drive and look at the countryside.
Yes?
Yes, I like that. And I like to meet people.
Yes.
I like to socialize, but I'm a poor socialist, so to speak. But I love to socialize, you know?
You're also in Rotary with my dad.
Yes.
You're very active in
Yes,
Rotary.
we were together. And I have been a past president.
Yes.
And I'm still a Rotarian. Not very active because
Yes.
I'm trying to go to different areas to give up my service.
Yes.
So I'm with other clubs as well.
Yes. So, what subjects did you teach when you were here?
Okay, when I came to Mannings in 1981, there was a clear vacancy for physical education and religious education. I am a physical education specialist teacher, but I was not an RE teacher. But because of that vacancy, I was in social studies. So I grabbed it because I didn't want to come and sit home.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it, came here, and I taught it for a few years. And I really enjoyed it.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And I must have been one of the few teachers who taught a lot of other subjects here, up to sixth form.
Tell us about the different subjects.
All right, I remember after the sun was my problem on the field, and kudos to all PE teachers. That
Yes.
sun is very dangerous. I taught PE with RE,
Yes.
that's religious education,
Yes.
PE with general science. I did a stint with PE and home economics, PE and social studies, and then PE and English language. That's where
I think you taught me religious education.
yes, I did. I remember.
When I just came.
Yes, I remember.
And my family.
And then I went up to first to third form in
Yeah.
PE and RE and English, and then lower sixth. I was asked to teach CAPE, which scared me, but guess what? I did well. So don't limit yourself.
Oh, wow.
Don't limit yourself.
Was there anyone that was your favorite?
Students?
No, subject to teach.
Oh, okay. English.
You have favorite students? Of course, I'm one.
Of course
I'm
you
not
are.
going to ask.
You kept me saying, Nackia, be quiet.
Yes, Nackia, stop
But you were a
talking.
bright girl.
Nackia. Yes, I was very loud.
I understand. We have a mixture of society,
Yes.
so that's fine.
Yes, right. You were very patient. Thank you.
I know, thank you.
Yeah, so I was like, what subject was like your favorite to teach out of all of them?
English language and literature.
I can't relate.
No, you were up in.
I like the maths.
Right, I know you were not my. That's not my favorite. I hate maths with a passion.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Jesus. What were some memories of Mannings that make you go, that was some good days?
All right, I remember there were many times at Mannings when there were a few students who had no lunch, but they did not say anything.
Yes.
You had to know. And there was not a time at Mannings that I have ever had my lunch alone. I always ate and left the half because somebody would be hungry. You'll be surprised.
By doing this project, I'm learning a lot.
Yes. And there are many children who would come to Mannings and they don't say anything.
Yes.
They were struggling. And it's afterwards, after they have all left school and we have met otherwise,
Yes.
they are saying, Miss so and so and so. I said, why didn't you tell me? Because I could have helped.
Wow.
But I didn't know what I know now. So I couldn't help anybody. I helped a lot.
Yes.
Because I used to have lunch fixed at my home for sixth formers to go home and eat. Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Even when Crispin was talking about you on the episode, that like even his life, I did not know.
Yes, yes. A lot of things are, not yet uncovered.
Oh my goodness. By the way, we're under Miss Eula tree, and here is the ants again. The ants that loves me so much, and a lot of people in the flesh here.
It's about now and then.
So we're gonna talk about your personality from your younger years or high school days to now. What words come to mind when you describe your personality as a young adult?
I am frank. I'm very frank. I remember when I was much younger too, I was very quiet. People thought I was not quiet. I was very quiet and shy. Even when I went to my classes, sometimes I was nervous, but I had to do it. People wouldn't believe that. I am shy. Still shy, but I'm frank.
Yes. So you are Frank then, and you're
Yes,
Frank now.
yes, yes.
Oh my goodness. Was there something that you used to believe, looking back on yourself, that somehow has evolved or changed about yourself? A perception?
I I never liked challenges.
Yes.
Yes, I would back away. But I've grown to accept them, face them, and move like a giant towards them. So right at this moment, I fear nothing, not even death.
Yes.
I don't fear death because I have to die. It's the way how I will die that may worry me.
Yes.
But I will face it. I'll climb any
So
mountain.
you're more bold.
Yes.
So a lot of kids have passed through your hands. A lot of kids. If you had an audience of performers that's gonna leave from high school and step into the real world, what advice would you give them?
I would say, number one, know yourself.
Yes.
Know who you are. Love yourself. Identify with yourself. So that when you go out there to meet in the outside world, you will fit in, but you know where you stand. That's very important. That's very important.
It's not easy to do that.
I know. But if you really develop guts
Yes.
and you know where you're going, where you're coming from is important.
Yes.
Where you're going, then you can have fun, but be focused.
I think I am going to be 40 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the last 5 years when I really started settling into my own skin.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yes. It took that long
Oh.
to first I was trying to figure out what you think I am,
Mm-hmm.
and then I try to do what I think you would like, or to feel accepted, to fit in,
Mm-hmm.
and then to really say that's not working either, because I realized that you can't really please people.
That's true.
So no matter how hard you try, and I think okay, this is what I need to be,
Mm-hmm.
I still fail. And then to figure out and to be quiet with yourself to see who you are is not an easy path.
Yeah, I know.
That's why many people don't do it.
I know because the thing is too, Nackia, when you look in the mirror, you find faults.
Yes.
It's normal, it's natural. But if you can look in the mirror and say, okay, my hair is short, what can I do to make it longer? Like how you do here now. But at the same time, accept what you have and work with it, but you can put on addition. Once you start to work with what you have, that's reality. And once you can face reality, you can enjoy success.
So much is packed in that line. You might have to rewind that part.
All right.
So you're going to walk us through one of the most challenging seasons of your life that really pulled and pressed on you. And what did you learn about yourself through that season?
All right. As I have said, I have been able to feel. I have had a lot of ups and downs because life has rugged holes.
Yes.
It has deep holes and shorter holes, right?
Yes.
But if you go down in a hole, you must know how to come up. There is a way. There's always a way. And one of the most traumatic periods of my life was when my husband died. I was in school doing exams and all of that, and we got it. I was hit hard. It's like the world ended, and it's like I collapsed. I was not the Hilda that went back to school. Anyway, that was just one. But the most major one at school here was when I came into Mannings for a first form New Year. Students were lined up in the auditorium, and I remember looking in the line, and the teachers were lined up waiting for your kids to go down. And I saw two kids coming in. One was Shay Reed, and one was Shania James. One had no legs. The legs were up from the waist, which I didn't know until we went down. And one had two hands that stopped here. You know Shay Reed? Yeah, she's doing well abroad now in Canada. And I said, Lord have mercy, what me do now? Honestly, I said that. I felt as if I was being,
Tested or something.
yes. And then I went down and I said, I was walking down it and I was saying, Lord, what did I do? I kept saying it until I reached the block. And we went upstairs and they sat down and I said, what is your name? And she told me, I said, can you write? Yes, miss. It's really? She said, yes, miss. And I said, I gave her a pen and paper and she wrote. She put the pen on the desk. Yeah. She picked it up in her arm like this and she wrote Nackia. And then she said, Miss, me can't use my foot to you. And I said, really? And I went to my car, took Lena, put it on the floor, and she sat on that floor and wrote with her toes. And then after that, no, it was my devotion time. Those two children would come to me complaining, Miss, them are nag me and them are jeer me and all of that. The students were doing that. And it was my morning for devotion. I don't know where this plan came from, but it must have been God. And something said to me, use those two kids. One could sing very well and one could read very well. And I prepared myself and I went up to the auditorium. Everybody was in awe, quiet. And one read the book, one read from the Bible, the other one sang. You could pick up a pin or hear a pin drop in the auditorium. Yes. And I said to them, now, our lesson for today is taken from these two children. I said, these are our children. These are your sisters. And you don't know what will happen to you in the next second. So take care of them. I remember when we were finished and I came off the platform, Mr. White, he came to me and hugged me and said, how you do it? I said, sir, I don't know. Yes. And you see, after that, Nackia, the children were surrounding those two kids, taking their bags, helping them to go down, and they never had another problem. That was my best time at the best day for me at Mannings when I saw that. They had no more problems. Yes. Yes.
I don't know if it's the answer to the story, but
I have many
amazing.
stories, yes. I have many stories. It's true.
What is the best advice you ever received from someone else?
Mrs. Hibbert, I noticed that you are very humble. Don't change. Irrespective of where I am, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've climbed.
Yes.
Because I was a kindergarten
She's
teacher.
Dr. Hibbert, by the way.
Well, I didn't complete, but no, I didn't complete it. Yes, I started. What happened? I started, and we had to do a Prairie View A&M University. Yes. So we had to do a second master's. I have one in counseling psychology, and we had to do one in criminology, specializing in juveniles.
Yes.
So with that, now we started the doctoral program.
Yes.
And in the midst of it, short of 3 courses and my dissertation, because I was going to use my master's thesis to continue my dissertation.
Yes.
And in the midst of that, then my husband died. I didn't know it was so difficult to leave school to come back here. I couldn't just jump on a plane to come back. I had to go to all the processes. And it took days to go through. Immigration, school, everything. So I couldn't come on the same day, whatever. And after that, I just packed up and came home. Because Debbie, my daughter, she said to me, Mommy, don't tell Juna anything, but come home, Mommy, we take care of you. You see, she told me that then even when I went back to school, that annoyed me. It was in the back of my mind. Yes. Mommy, come home. And I realized we didn't all grieve together. And so when it hit me, I remember I packed and I went to my professors and I said, Hilda, you're really going home? Yes, sir. Jennifer Thompson, who died, she slept at my house the night. And she said, you're really going home? And Jennifer cried. I said, yes, may I go home? Because I'm here trying to do a PhD and my children are there. I don't know what is going on. That is those are all I have. I'm back up, leave PhD and come home. But the knowledge I gained, it is well being used. Knowledge is power.
Every time I ask you a question, you respond and
you want to cry?
Nothing. I don't want to cry. It's nothing I could ever expect to hear.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh.
What does success mean to you?
It means humility. It means feeling good, because I tell you, once you know yourself, you have accepted everything about you, even the gray hair, the old age, everything, the wrinkles, accept it.
You don't have any wrinkles.
You understand it?
Oh, goodness.
Accept it, be yourself, and whatever you're doing, be honest with it.
Yes.
Once you deal with it that way, when success comes, you will feel success. And I feel very successful. Even my flowers know, because we talk.
You talk to your flowers?
Yes, man. When the bloom and come, we say, oh my God, how are you today? Welcome home. I enjoy gardening.
Oh,
I enjoy
my
it.
goodness. My husband, too. What are you most proud of?
I'm proud of one or two, just one.
Anything you want to say. This is your catch-up episode.
All right. I'm proud of my past students. When I look back at all my past students, and you're one of them too. Really one of them too. I am proud because, you know what? I use Facebook to meet them.
Yes.
And I'm telling you that it's a teaching tool for me.
Yes.
I use it as a teaching tool. Yes, and I can connect with them when it's their birthday, marriages, anniversaries, whatever, I can share with them. And that's a blessing for me. I'm so proud of that. Another thing is I'm proud of my children have achieved. And they're also helpful to other people.
Yes.
And I'm proud of myself. I feel, award yourself, you know. Oh, you stay there. Thank God for who I am and where I have come,
Yes.
how far I've come, and how many I can help, and I will help.
Only one question left. This feels so short. At the end of your life, what do you want us to remember the most about you? Your legacy.
I want you all to remember me as a firm believer in God and a person who, if you can challenge me, you will know me. If you can challenge me,
Yes.
you will know me. And you'll be surprised.
That's interesting.
You'll be surprised.
Why is that?
Because,
How do they get to know you through challenging you?
all right, for example, I shouldn't say this on, but I'm going to say it. A lot of people, like some men, are afraid to say, hi, Mrs. Hibbert, or approach me. But when they do approach me, they say, we never know say you this. Your father know too. Hilda is so different because I can be rough and rude,
Yes.
and I can be quiet, and I can be deadly when I'm ready. But if you know me, I am sometimes a devil's advocate sometimes. I'm a normal person.
Yes. I feared you.
Really? I know. I know, you know, because you were always chatting, you know. Nackia, be quiet. By the time you see Nackia here, Nackia over there, and I'm not. But then what happened, you know, I sat and thought about you, know, among other students,
Yes.
because I realized you were rebellious.
Yes.
And every rebellion has a causal factor.
Yes.
I didn't go there. I learned from you later on.
Yes.
And I'm glad that I didn't pressure you much. But you know,
I don't say, Nackia, stop talking.
Yes.
Nackia, come here, come sit up here.
yes, move from relocate. But when I find, you know, some of my students who were chatterboxes, so to speak, or chatterboxes, they are now in law. And one of them, she texted me the other day and she said, Miss, remember Miss Chat? And I said, how could I forget you? She's a lawyer. And I'm talking about PB. PB could chat, but she was bright. And I could see law in her hands.
Yes.
Yes.
School, I think you know more about me now. Mannings School is where I grew up.
Yes.
Mannings School was my escape.
Oh my.
I used to look forward and I used to be so excited when it's time to go to school. And literally when the bell would ring for school to do, my heart sank.
Oh my. Oh, really?
So my teachers played a role they would never know. Never know, Mrs. Hibbert. And when I say never know, never know. And you're one of them. I want to say thank you for your love.
You're welcome.
And thank you for your patience and understanding. Thank you for mothering.
So
Because
many
you've
of you.
mothered many.
Yes, it's true.
You've mothered many. And that little girl would have never dreamed of living the life she's living today. But I would never be where I am without many of my
Yes,
teachers.
yes, that's so nice.
Yes.
And we have great teachers at Mannings. I'm
They are
telling you,
extraordinary.
mothers.
Mothers.
Yes, yes.
Mothers and
Hard
fathers.
workers, yes.
Yes. And so I just want you to know that you made a difference in my life and the lives of many of our schoolmates.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
And
we
I'm
want to
glad
say,
I did.
yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
With that, we're going to close. Please like our videos, share our videos with your fellow schoolmates who want to catch up with Mrs. Hibbert, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with weekly episodes. And have a fantastic week. Bye bye.
Bye.